Hey everyone, so I got myself 32 megs of RAM for the 4825SX. I actually ordered this before the machine came in because I wanted to upgrade it to 32 megs anyway, and I was pretty sure that there wasn't going to be 32 megs in it. I actually, as I noted in the intro video to this, was expecting the 4 megs that it originally came with, and was pleasantly surprised to find 20, but I'd like to put 32 in. I could probably have ordered one 16 meg kit, but I don't know what the previous owner put in. It was some generic PMY memory. So if it wasn't the same speed or whatnot, I wanted to make sure I had matching RAM all the way through. So I'm going to do that now. I've taken the monitor off and I've got the screws out of the side here. So let's take a look at how we do this, shall we? I'm going to set down my tripod here and we'll get this going. This should be a pretty straightforward upgrade. And that should be it. All right, so let's get this cover off of here. That's right off. And then we have the typical Tandy shielding here that was common on these machines. Put it on a little further with that. Okay, off goes the cover. Okay. Now, the RAM is right down in here, so what I have to do is I'm going to have to flip up the drives, the drive cage, and I'm going to have to do that, I'm going to have to disconnect the CD audio cable when I get it open a ways, because it is just long enough that it stops me from going all the way. Okay, there we go. But the ribbon cable has enough play. There we go. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to take that ribbon cable right off of there because it'll make it easier to get to the sims. There we go, much better. Okay, so you can see here I have bank 0 over here on the left and bank 1. These are 4 meg sims, and these are, let me see, these are 1 meg sims, and these are 4 meg sims. So we are going to replace those. Let's do that. So let's remove the original 4. Okay, so, all right, here we go. The old RAM is out. And here I'll show you the PMY stuff. So the PMY RAM was here. It's kind of what we're at. So what we're going to do now is just drop in the new ones here. And then we'll run post, and hopefully post should detect it as 32 megs. Let's hope. Try this one instead. Be careful I don't break these slots. I'm really fucked. Okay, while we're here, so this is the OverDrive processor that was in there. This is a 75 megahertz quote DX2, and that it goes into DX and DX2 motherboards and triples the clock. So in this case, this machine has a 25 megahertz bus clock, so the internal clock speed of the chip is 75. And that dip switch back there, 2-1, you can see the switches 2, 3, and 4 are off. Dip switch 1, SW21 is on. That is the switch that denotes DX versus SX. And of course we have my new RAM. And then we have the Sound Blaster AW32. It's kind of layered on top of it. There's the Panasonic. It's a Creative Labs branded, but it's a Panasonic drive controller for the CD-ROM drive. So, all right, so let's get this thing back together. And then we will actually do this. Okay, so we run the ribbon cable back over to the CD-ROM drive controller. Okay, CD audio cable over to the drive. Make sure that we don't have any issues. One thing I didn't show you in here, because it's kind of up in the drive bays. okay, is I have a compact flash card in place of the hard drive. It's just a 504 meg CF card. All right, put the wire on. If you see a cut in there, it's another cough that I edited out. All right, so let's see what happens here. I don't know if this will detect it by itself or not. Yep, it seems to. All right, we'll let it go through the test. And once it gets done, I'm going to pop into the CMOS setup, and I'm going to... Perfect. All right, invalid configuration information. Yep, you've got more memory than you thought. That's okay. Yep, great. Okay, so 31,744. Beautiful. Now it's extended base 640. That gives us our 32 megs. Let's see here. That's it. So we're just going to F2, save and exit. And I will just make sure that I'm going to boot up Windows 95. Yeah, you can stop. And we're going to make sure that Windows 95 sees it. And then we'll put the machine back together. Okay, Win 95. And of course you don't hear any hard drive activity. Actually, I don't know if you can see it in there. No, you can't. Sorry about that. I was looking in the drive bay. The compact flash card, I just kind of have it wrapped in its own cable in there. Get a little bracket for it or something, but the way that kind of sits in there, it actually works quite well. So here we go. We have Windows 95 coming up. And we're just going to... It's a little fuzzy for some reason. Anyway, 80486, 32 megs. Very good. So, the machine is happy. We're going to restart one more time, and we're just going to... I'm going to dump it into MS-DOS too. We'll just give it a look-see. Not that if one OS detects it, the others won't, but I'm actually just... I'll even do my EMS start. We'll see what it says. That's right. HiMem's going to take longer now, 32 megs. Substantially. Okay. Oops. And there we are, 32,768K. Got 4 megs of EMS in this configuration. All right, that's it. All right, so let's put this thing back together. Fortunately, most of this is there. We just have to, I don't even have to unplug it. So I'll just put this cover back on. And its feet just kind of slide into here. There's an area here where the feet just kind of slide in. And then it goes on like that. Make sure you use the correct screws. I always like to give a little push and make sure it's really lined up. And try not to over tighten these. They need to be just a little snug, but don't want to strip them out. Okay. And now for the cover. I hope my arm's not blocking that, I'm realizing. And one of the challenges here is you see the power button hole here. We've got to line it up so that the power button doesn't push while it's coming in. Got it. There we go. And hopefully the perspective on this video wasn't too stupid. If it was, I'll apologize now. Maybe I'll even cut out some of the parts that get really stupid. But again, these screws. Now I had on my RSX, my 2500 RSX, I'm sure that these screws were painted instead of shiny, but I mean, that was long enough ago. I could be misremembering it. Or they just finally stopped painting the screws because, you know, 1/3 of a cent of paint per screw times millions of screws equals balance sheet saved. Okay. Put my speaker back. Put this back. Okay, and now let's take a look at her, make sure one more time. Straighten my mouse out. make sure she's happy. Oh, he should turn the monitor on. That usually helps. While I'm at it, I'll eject my cup holder so I have a place to put my coffee cup. There's my cup holder right there. It says Creative on it. There's your old lame 90s joke. Perfect. I'll make sure it doesn't complain. Beautiful. Well, that's it. We are now good to go with the 4825SX upgraded to 32 megs of RAM. And that should cover pretty much anything that needs to be done on this machine. Probably would have been okay with 20, but I was surprised to even get the 20. But this way, now I know I have matching RAM all the way through. I don't really like the mismatched RAM. I know this machine supports Bank 0 and Bank 1 mismatched, but I'd much rather just have it be correct. So now that that's all done, the machine is in much better shape and ready to be a game night superstar. So thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, have fun. So a little addendum onto the 32 mega RAM video. Just tacked this onto the end while I was playing around with this. I'd forgotten that when you lock the screen in OS 2, it gives you this weird prison slam. Ain't nobody getting in here. So we'll just type my password and push enter, and we're back out. But anyway, I thought that was fun. I don't know. It amuses me. Anyway, there's a little bonus for the 4825SX. Later.